Alrighty. Gotta do my nails today. Gotta fix my nails. What am I trying to do? There we go, that way. You and I know that. I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah. I should go back and title that Leo read. Ha. 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 Dear. Dear. Dear, dear, dear. So, are you gonna put a that conversation that we were having about places and stuff like that? Are you gonna put a time cap on how long you're gonna wait before the legalities of the mortgage and stuff are sorted out, or do you reckon you're going to get impatient and just move? Where's the twins? They're still here. They're just tucked away. They're just tucked away. There's also twins here in my eye sockets. And besides, you can go watch a replay, right? You can go back to the stream from the other day if you need to. Oh my god. Oh, she's just gonna, kick her feet up and get real fucking comfortable over here. Okay. Ah, fucking wicked. Oi, that's so good. That's so good, dear. How fucking awesome is that? See? You're like, the second that you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna hand this over to the divine. Divine's like, here we go. We're just handing it back to you, buddy. Sweet. Good. I'm excited for you, dear. I'm excited. You just, there's so much that, I'm just trying to remember back to, when like Amber, me, when we all kind of started out in the energy where you were at, and then what it was like when we all kind of crossed paths when things were like at the stage where you're at now, and like just watching their journeys and like how things have like traveled for them and how things have moved along for them. And I think you're going to be fine. No, I think you're gonna be more than fine. You're gonna kick fucking ass. Like, you've kicked ass throughout this whole process. Probably like better than most people I've seen, So I'm excited for you, dude. I'm excited for the new challenges, right? But they're positive new challenges. They're not, they're not heavy heart challenges anymore, So it's going to be good. You in your own space, getting to do you, live life on your terms. No longer with acid reflux lady. I saw that comment in there. I was just like, I just felt it straight away. I was like, man, I haven't had reflux for like forever and a day. I get up every morning and the first thing I do is is get alkaline straight into my stomach. So got your money, like, if I find this in place, you'd be thrilled, yeah. Well, look, you know what? I gotta say, I can resonate with that too, Doug, the whole patience thing, you know. I think as well, like, it taught me to, like, look even deeper into certain situations, like when things would take a long time, you know, and that's when I started, you know, again, like, you know, we talk about stuff like, oh yeah, I know my self-worth and I know my this and I know that, but you know, actually putting some of these things into play, like, fully, you know, to their, like, full capacity, we can often see, like, there's still sort of blockages, you know. So, like, say for instance, somebody might be willing to take a leap of faith on their destined path, right, on a career path, on a career choice, but you know, you might still have, like we've said before, like, issues with money, like bad relationship with money, or limitations in your mindset when it comes to finances and money that actually then create blockages, right? So the patience part isn't just patience. It's like, you know, I think, again, depending on how dedicated you are, and for those of you guys that I know have been quite dedicated, I've seen it with you guys where it's like you're getting multiple tests and lessons within that period of patience, right? But it's like spirit are getting you to literally, like, perfect the process, you know, like tweak every little bit until bang, they'll give it to you, you know, tweak it all. And I think that's, you know, if you've got a victimhood mindset, well, first of all, you're never going to reach that anyway, but you know, you can appreciate, you appreciate the lessons, the hurdles, the tests, right, that spirit puts you through, because you know each time that you level up, that solidifies that, you know, it solidifies things for you. It will come back heaps strong. Yeah. Very, very strong. I was like, speaking of strong, like, so that was, so the last thing on my list of, like, big things that I want to just start, from, you know, when I started this journey, was my fitness journey. So before, you know, before I got addicted to drugs and, you know, went through my downward spiral, so I had a lecture in August, end of August of 2019. And at the end of 2019, I went on, like, a massive fitness journey. So I was, by the end of it, I was, like, training 6 days a week. I was the fittest, healthiest, strongest I'd ever been, my whole life. And I just had two kids back to back. And yeah, I don't know. It was interesting because it was so funny because whilst that was such a positive time in my life for me as an individual on a personal level, that's when, like, the real deep seated dissatisfaction in my relationship, like, was sort of surfacing as well. But yeah, I've just gotten back into training. So Electra trained with me yesterday and the day before. Ari joined in yesterday. Um, it's actually been, and I've got to give it to him, right? Legs is definitely a motivator. You know, like, when you're around, again, like, you know, surround yourself with the kind of people that you want to be like, right? So, you know, he's quite fit, quite active, and that's, like, been that inspiration or that push that I kind of needed, and that had been on my list of shit to do for so long. You know, like, I'd put that on my, you know, need to get back into training, need to get back into training, need to get back into training, and I just kept, like, pushing it, like, pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, and you know, I got through what, like, almost 3 years of being able to avoid it, and then yeah, it just kind of happened. And it was like, once I sort of got into it, now I'm like, I've got that rhythm and that routine. So it's good. Like, I've just started now with that last big thing that I wanted to start to integrate for 2026. I do need to sit down. I want to sit down and map out the next 5 years again. I've got to do my 5 year plan again. Because again, like as you reach certain things or you get to certain stages and then you realize, actually, I don't want that. Actually, I don't need that. I don't want to do that. And so things that I thought I wanted to do 3 years ago, a little bit different now. So we've got to keep making those adjustments to those plans. There was a few things that I did want to push myself or to push out that was more to do with career, but I've decided that I'm gonna not take a step back, but just again, like the fitness and my health and stuff like that was one that I really, really wanted to integrate and to, so I need some of that energy and that time to like pour into that now so I can get that, integrated. And so that's an established pattern routine. And then I can go back to other stuff. So, yeah, so worth it. Happy baby. That's good. I mean, is that your first, Lisa? I mean, Ari was my first. He was, fuck, man, like, because I'd had a breast reduction when I was 21. So my milk ducts weren't, fully working. So I had to mix feed both my kids. But Ari, oh my God, man, like, so Ari was great with direct feeding, but obviously with mixed feeding, like you're breastfeeding for a whole bunch of time and then you're bottle feeding them and then you get them to bed. And then by the time you clean your shit up, it's time for the next feed, right? So he was a little bit on the difficult. Electra, on the other hand, absolute retard when it came to latching. She couldn't latch to save her life. So I had to pump with her and bottle feed her and then mix feed on top of it. But you know what the problem was with my son, with Ari, because I was up all the time and all I would want to do is snack, like you're sitting on the couch watching TV, you're snacking, you're feeding your baby. So I would just be up snacking all the time, just eating too much. So I put on so much weight after I had Ari. Then by the time I fell pregnant with Electra, like my weight started to like regulate again, thankfully. And then, yeah, it wasn't too long after I had her that I started that fitness journey. So I'm not looking to get back into 6 days a week and fucking doing, ridiculous amounts of push-ups again. I'm just looking to get my energy levels back up, maintain mobility, flexibility, things like that. It's like as we get older, shit starts to get harder and harder. So you got a 23-year-old boy, 21-year-old daughter, and then you don't feel old enough. You don't feel old. Yeah. Well, I know it's weird, right? I was like thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I wonder what, my kids' generation, like what sort of age range they're going to be when they get married and have kids, If I look at the women in my family, everybody got married and had babies like super young, super young. Hey, maybe that's why, we all turned out the way we did, right? Because our parents weren't mature enough to raise us. I don't know. I don't know, right? But I know there is that fine line as well between, getting too old and not being able to keep up with them, You're still crushing the gym lift up. Yeah. Look, yeah, my fitness, dude, like, get me up one flight of stairs and I'm like, ready to have a heart attack. But I like strength training, body resistance training. So I mean, hey, I'd probably enjoy like a good step class too, Surely. Maybe some Zumba. Nah, Zumba hurts my knees, I'll be honest. Zumba hurts my knees. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Interesting notification that just came up on my screen. I won't share it with you. I want to share it. I just shouldn't. Your parents were old. They're already jaded. They're already jaded. Not into kids at all. So why do you think? Have you ever asked your parents why did they have kids then? Why did they have kids then if they weren't really Is it just like their own fears of not of not living on through something or someone else? Yeah, like I've just got to avoid the Zumba. For me, it's too much. There's too much on the knees. Like it's too much pressure on my knees, Lisa. Lisa. I mean, look, a good little dance party at homes, will suffice. But we'll avoid some of the heftier Zumba moves. I thought I was going to die the other day doing squats and lunges, especially after a couple of weeks ago. I mean, it was only a couple of weeks ago I stacked it and fucked my knee up after tripping over the dog in the dark. And that was already my bad knee. So now my bad knee's worse. So, plus I've got 9 pins and a plate in my left ankle, which gets swollen, at the best of times. So there's certain things that are just like a little bit too uncomfortable for me to want to do. But like I love getting on my punching bag. I used to love running on the treadmill because it had like the suspension of the treadmill was good. But yeah, I don't know how I'd go these days with that kind of impact on my bones. Yeah, asked your mum. I think it was just like in her head, wanted a boy and a girl, but the marriage was like dead by the time she had. Okay, right. Do you think maybe they thought having kids would like make the relationship better? Having a baby would fix it. It was like maybe one of those kind of scenarios. How old? If you don't mind me asking, Lisa, how old are you, babe? How old are you? Because I mean, like in my mind, like I'm a fucking I'm a juvenile. By the thoughts that I have, the jokes that I have that go through my head, I'm definitely a juvenile. Definitely. They wanted a boy. My dad for ego, mum, I guess, for a penny, in for a penny, in for a pound. Yeah, yeah, all right. 42 in August on the 4th. Yeah, I'm 41 this year. So Lisa, how did you find like pregnancy from like back then to like now? Was it was it harder on your body like now than what it was then, or did you find that it was other way around, or your dad would have given up rights to my sister, but having a boy. Oh my God. All right. Just out of curiosity, DR, like what background, what absolutely, Danielle, absolutely he can. What background, like what nationality, where are you all from? I'm like, DR, that's a very like old school mentality too, you know? Like, because obviously, like I'm just there. I've watched a bit of Bridgerton, right? It's just making me think of like that kind of like that whole kind of thing, right? Where like boys have value because they're the breadwinners and blah 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 blah, and girls are just a problem because you got to find somebody to marry them off to, right? And if you can't marry them off, then you're stuck with them. You get what I'm saying? Oh shit! Oh shit! Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, pregnant was tough. It was tough being pregnant. Yeah. You gave birth 1 month early. That was the feeling. My dad won't die. Well, that's what I mean. Like because boys could, they could earn, they could blah blah blah, right? This is old school mentality, dear. That's what it is. Like that's some old school mentality. Like girls have no value, women have no value except to make babies, right? We got no value except to cook, clean, and make babies. And so why would he want children that don't have value to him, right? Yeah, we can have a look. We can have a look. You were smart and a boy. Great. You got approval. You got approval. Yeah. Yeah. Like it just reminds me of like so many like different different things that I experienced as a kid too. Like, you know, just the silver spoon feeding to the masculines as opposed to the feminines, you know. Hey Steve, how you doing? All right. Okay, let's have a little look. Let's see. Let's get some messages from Dad. The color green's coming up. I'm getting plants, garden. Green, 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 green. What is that? Ocean, pool, beach, ocean, ocean. Okay, yes. Give me something. Give me something to use. What are we using this spirit? What are we using? What are we using? All right. I don't know. Why is the green coming up? Taurus. What's the Taurus energy coming up? Taurus season. Taurus energy. Libra energy. And I keep seeing green. Green plants. The color green. Green, green, green. John, there's something that I don't know. Is somebody in despair? Is there somebody that's like going through a hard time at the moment? There's some sort of concern. There's a concern about what though? Okay. Despair, coffin. We got Neptune, Taurus, and the 4th. He's definitely, I don't know if he's maybe worried about somebody's security. Something to do with, is it to do with somebody's finances? Money? Court? Something? Some sort of message. There's a message. What was the message? Or something's come to an end. He's concerned about something that's come to an end. Or about a message that somebody got about something coming to an end. There's something that he's concerned about. There's something that he's worried about. You have to go back. There's something that he's worried about, though. What is it that he's worried about? I don't know if it's he's worried about you. I'm just seeing a bunch of male figures, right? A lot of male figures. What's he worried about? What are you worried about? What's he worried? What are you worried about? What are you worried about? What are you concerned about? Whose plans, though? Whose plans are you worried about? I don't know. There's something that he's concerned about. 7 of Swords, 2 of Wands, the Sun in reverse, the Star in reverse. There's something that's concerning him. It's definitely got to do with something to do with money, finances, somebody taking a leap of faith, something like that. There's some sort of concern around money. Now, I don't know if you guys have got any concerns around money, and that's what he's worried about. But there's someone's planning to something. I don't know if somebody's got what are the plans? What are the plans? What are the plans? What are the plans? I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure. I'm not understanding what that message is. Okay. Is this a warning? Is it a warning? I don't know if it's a warning or if it's concern, babe. It's like there's some sort of information, there's some sort of message. Queen of Swords. Again, there's a concerning message. 7 of Swords. There's some sort of deception, trickery, theft. When was the last time, Danielle, when was the last time you guys checked in on her? I don't know if this is about her, though, maybe, and that's what he's trying to say. Or, oh, okay. Say it's her birthday. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. What is going on here? There's something about finances or money that he's concerned about. Whether it's to do with her or... I don't think it's about you guys. I don't think it's about you guys. I think it's about her. I don't know. Could somebody be taking something from her, stealing something from her? A sibling, her sibling, one of her other kids, something like that. There's something like that that's what he's worried about. He's worried about that. So, yeah, there's something, a guy, okay. Yeah, he's worried about somebody making plans. The Lovers is in reverse over here as well, so is she with somebody? Is this a connection? Is she in a connection with that person? There's just something here that he's worried about when it comes to her finances. I don't know how else to say it. 7 of Wands. He's trying to protect. He's trying to protect. I think she needs to also protect herself from someone, right? I'd start asking some questions. I'd ask a couple of questions, maybe. Knight of Cups in the reverse. I don't know if somebody's trying to... I don't know. What do they want to... Yeah. What's it in regards to? Yeah, okay. Right. I'd check in, babe. I'd check in. I don't know if like if he can call her or something. Just, I don't know, ask her who's in and around her life right now. There's someone that she maybe needs to be worried about, that she needs to keep an eye on. Because somebody could be trying to take something from her, steal something from her. Or they've got plans to. She got a carer or something like that. I don't know. It's so I don't know. Just check in on her. Ask her what's going on with who's around her. What's going on around her. I'd just check it out. I'd check it out. Because, I don't know, something just feels a little bit off. Ten of Swords. I'd check in on her, babe. Check in on her. Tell him to call or something. I don't know. Just you need to ask some questions here. Who's this? Who's the Seven of... I don't know. Is she giving to somebody? Six of Pentacles in reverse. Is she giving something to someone? Is it... I don't know if this could have to do... does it have to do with something that was left behind from... I don't know, right? Was it something that she's giving? Yeah, I don't know. You're going to need to ask, right? But that's what he's worried about. That's what he's worried about. He's watching. He's definitely watching what's happening because he's worried about whatever this is, right? It's to do with the security, right? Taurus second house. Like, it's to, again, like there's something that's being hidden here with Neptune coming out. There's definitely some sort of, again, like, something kind of funky and weird going on here. So I don't know, definitely ask her the questions because I don't know, it could be like scamming kind of energy too, right? Like, I don't know, she could be caught up with being scammed or something. I'm just, yeah. She over giving or giving to somebody something. But just ask, just check. Church? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. It's not even frustrated. It's not frustration. It's anger. It's anger. It's anger? What's he angry for? Why are you angry for? Okay, yeah. Justice. Something to do with justice. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. The Magician in reverse. Five of Pentacles. So yeah, I don't know. There's something that's going on with her that he's seeing is making him upset, making him angry. So again, I don't know if somebody's taking advantage of her, but certainly ask the questions, babe. Certainly ask the questions. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know. There's something that she's partnered with. There's something that she's working with. There's something. There's energy working together. Not working together, but there's like energy with her. There's something that she shouldn't be working with or giving to. There's something that she just shouldn't be giving her energy, exchanging her energy with, right? And he's getting upset about that. It could be a romance. It could be a romance or something to do with a romantic situation. I don't know, girl. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask her. You're gonna have to ask. But check in. I don't know if you want to be straight up obvious with it or whether you just kind of dance around, ask some not obvious questions to get the answer, but I keep wanting to like furrow my brow. Like I keep wanting to just... Is there other siblings, Danielle? Is there other kids? Could it be one of the other children? Somebody's sibling? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's he's not happy with it. Brother. What star sign's the brother? Right, I mean, could it be that she's done something to his money? July 31st. So he's a Virgo. I was gonna ask, is he an earth sign? He's a Virgo. Funny, Virgo's out on the dice here too. Tell John to speak to his brother, maybe. Do they speak? I don't know. There's something going on with communication, siblings. It's hard when you don't know the details. So you're gonna have to ask the questions, babe. But Dad's concerned. Dad's got concerns over what he's seeing. So well, it's got to do with one of them and somebody being either deceived, stolen from, cheated out of something like that. Something. And then when you find out, do tell me. Patricia, how are you? What time is it where you're at, Patricia? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? What time is it? All right, I'm going to have to jump off soon. I got to go do my training. I got to get training done. I got shit to do. I got to do some shit. Okay, that's interesting. Go back to that screen. $8:15 p.m. in Canada. Oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking, how's that possible? Like, never mind. My brain was just like, how's that possible? West Coast, that's possible. West Coasters, that's possible. 9:20 p.m. Well, I would say our East Coasters have gone to bed. All right, last call if anybody wants a read. Otherwise, I'm going to jump off and go do some shit. Again, that message of concern wants to keep coming out. Message of concern, wealthy man. Message of concern, wealthy man. Danielle, tell John to speak to his brother first, I think. And just see what's going on in his life. There's something going on in someone's There's something going on in someone's life that Dad's concerned about. And it doesn't look great. It doesn't look good. I'm excited about the fair tomorrow. I haven't been to this location. I haven't done, it's called Hart's Mill. So it's right by the port. So I'm guessing it used to be where they used to, mill grains and whatnot. 2 days. So, but yeah, it should be good. Right near the waterfront too, which would be nice. He's calling her now. All right, cool. Kill. I'm like, I want to know the 411. You know, I want to know the 411. It's definitely surrounding money, though. There's definitely something about money, though, Danielle. Something about money. DR, baby, do you need a hug? Do you need a hug, baby? Do you just want to know Grandma says you're a good boy? You know, DR, sometimes I have that same question. Right? Because sometimes, like, I feel them right there, and I can talk to them, and we can connect, and other times, you know, I think as well for me, dear, it like depends on where my focus is at as well, as to like, you know, how much I can connect in and get that directly from them, or whether I have to ask. Need to be put on a pedestal. You need grandma to fan you with palm leaves and feed you grapes, baby. Is that what you need? Of course they are. Of course they are. Of course they will. Well, if they're not watching you, buddy, they're watching somebody else, right? to keep you safe. But let's have a look. What do DR's ancestors, what do you think of our beautiful Doug? What do you guys think of him right now? What do you guys think of him, his situation? They see how stressed out you've been. They've seen how stressed out you've been. I'm gonna say it like this, right? Like, you are the investment. I don't know how that makes sense, DR, but you are the investment, right? So you are the investment. I don't know what that means. You are the investment. Whatever's been going on, like they're celebrating the success, right? They're celebrating the success. How you've successfully like recovered as well with your finances. I'm gonna say Page of Wands, like they're thrilled, right? They're thrilled. They're thrilled because, you know, at one point things, or your mindset, you know, you were thinking like you weren't going to be able, you weren't going to have enough, you weren't going to, all these things, right? And it's like, you have though. You have. What do they want you to know right now? Ooh. Something hidden here. What's hidden? What do you want him to know? What's hidden? What's hidden? What's being hidden? Okay. Okay, and can I get a bit of context with that? I'm gonna say it like this, dear. Use your head, right? Use your head, because if you don't come out of isolation, right, then you it's like they're trying to don't stay so hidden. Don't stay so hidden, right? Be careful that you don't end up hiding out for too long in hermit mode, dear. What's this about? Okay. What's the time frame on that, Spirit? What's the time frame? Give me a time frame. Months. Scared to give anyone a chance, kind of. Yeah. Yeah. I'd start getting on up, buddy. Number 4 months. Could also be next Cancer season. Could also be next April. But 4 months. Don't want you to come out of isolation, buddy, because you got you got 2 of Cups coming in your energy, right? Knight of Cups. But if you're still in hermit mode, still in your emotions and not you know what I mean, not just you're gonna have to catch your thoughts, dear. You're gonna have to catch your thoughts when they start coming up, right? Those fears, those, you know, things from the past and shit like that, as they start to come up. Don't let them. As like, this is where you're gonna need to use your head, your logic. And vice versa. I know I keep getting like your emotions going to have to counteract your over logical, over practical, too sensible, and vice versa. But you're going to have to come out either in 4 months or before the next 4 months. Ace of Wands. So don't pause for too long, dear. Don't pause for too long, or you may regret missing an opportunity. You may regret missing an opportunity. So just yeah, I don't know. How do you people again after you haven't peopled for so long? I don't know, dude. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you do it. They see you as the High Priestess, though. Is he on a... Yeah, you're on... I was like, is he on a break? You're on a break? You're on a break? So I don't know if Spirit just want you to take 5. Take 5 to just, you know, balance something out. Balance things out. Yeah, there's an Ace of Cups here. That's what it is. Yeah, Ace of Cups. So I don't know. There's a couple of things that you might still need to. Yeah. Well, we might need to. We can work through that stuff. We can work through some of that stuff behind the scenes. All right, not on the channel. There's a couple of things I think that are gonna come up for you over the next couple of months, dear. That I think the sooner we kind of get you like prepared, the smoother things can go. Otherwise you may end up creating delays for yourself and then getting frustrated. So okay, Spirit want me to write some stuff down for you. All right, so I'm going to write some stuff for you down, dear, and I'll send it to you. When we've got some time, maybe next week, probably on your Sunday night, my Monday, if you're free, I will give you a buzz. And we'll go through those few things that, Spirit just they're giving me flashes of things. Okay. Yeah. So there's just some things that, yeah, you might want to put into your focus now. Or look at what tools you're going to use to work through whatever they are. So it's just a little bit of prep and plan, right? Prepping and planning so that when you reach certain points, you've already got what you need, or you've got the tools you need, or you've got the answer you need. There's something about prepping you for something. Okay, so pause and prep. Pause and prep. They're giving you something, they're gifting you something, or they're trying to gift you something, trying to give you something. I don't know whether maybe yeah, I wouldn't super isolate. I wouldn't super isolate. I feel like that could actually be a touch of the problem. But yeah, if you're good with Sunday, then we'll have a chat about it. That way you can write down a couple of things and you know where to put your focus. The ladder, the shrooms, sure. I don't know that it's going to I don't know that's going to help you though. I don't know that's going to give you what you need. Or what would satisfy. It'll be fun, but I don't know. It's we'll do that. We'll have a chat on your Sunday Monday, because yeah, it's my left ear just started ringing just then. Okay. I'm sure they'll get me to, I'm sure I'll channel a whole bunch of stuff before then anyway for you, dear, but I just heard the expansion can't happen in the disconnection. The expansion can't happen in the disconnection. What does that mean? What the hell does that mean? The expansion can't happen in the disconnection. So, oh, okay, bigger picture. See, to most people be like, "What the hell is she talking about?" I know, I can just prattle off one or two words, and you understand exactly what I'm saying or what Spirit's saying. So it's like big picture. You need to look at big picture. Small steps, small goals, marrying up to big picture. Are they? Aren't they? It's like, how's the current routine, the current way of doing things marrying up to big picture? Are they? Because there's disconnect there. Chopped up, fragmented. What? Okay. Okay, so the expansion, I know you've been numbing and raged out. You got hungry, did you, Amber? Sure. No. It's okay if you're excited to drive tomorrow, babes, you know? I'd be excited to go on an adventure too. But yeah, it's like, dear, up until a point. Up until a point, yes. Beyond that point, no longer aligns with big picture. Does that make sense? So time and place for those methods, those tools, those solutions. But you're crossing past the point of, yeah, because like it's like what you needed at one time is not what you're going to need at another point in time. It's great that you've got those skills there, but you're not going to need that. You need something else now. There's something else that you need now, right? So it's like for a time and place or for a period of time, yes, something worked or something was working, but now it's like going against, or it's going to hinder the big picture or the end goal or the purpose, the path, if that makes sense, right? I wish they would just give it to me in like layman's terms sometimes, but I just get like fragmented, disjointed bits and pieces of words and then have to put it together into a human sentence during retrograde. But you get what I'm saying, don't you? If you don't, I'll figure out a way of like, you know, grade 5ing that English. See if I can explain it better. It's so hard when you're just getting flashes of visions and one words and it's just, yeah, it's crazy. But I think that should make sense to you the way that I said that. Yes. Now, look, down. No one's saying like go out and be friends with fuckwits, right? No one's saying go out and be dipshits. No one's saying go out and be mainstream, you know? But at some point, that isolation, that disconnection, that it's going to become a pattern, a program, and then when you need to achieve things that go beyond that program, you're going to struggle. So it's like, I don't know whether this is reprogramming, with recoding. I know how much you hate technology, but that's what you're doing. You're recoding, right? It's like I'm seeing like coding, like computer coding is what I'm seeing right now. Okay. You can't do it, so you can't do it forever. I think though, what you just said though, dear, is that truth or is that what you're telling yourself? Well, it's not about one single individual person, you know, it's not about just one single individual person. And I mean, that may be all, right? But it may just end up being just one person. But you're not going to know until you know. And the only way to find out is to step out. You get what I'm saying? Because you're not going to find out by staying locked in, closed in, right? Isolated. That's definitely one way you're not going to find it or not going to know. Okay, I said to me, write that down, otherwise I'm going to forget it. There's something about your end goal, big picture goal, right, that they're wanting you, there's something about you needing to look at that and then look at this against that. Look at this against that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean, right? Once emotions flood in, that's it. That's all you, right? It's pretty hard getting anything through from spirit after that or making sense of anything. But I think you're also allowing these thoughts to place limitations upon your connection, just in general, you know. Have you ever wondered, Dia, is it actually your emotional intensity? Have you stopped to ask the question? Have you done like the internal process? Because when this happens to me, you know, half the time that's not even my energy, right? And it's not until I start questioning it, well, what would I be upset? What am I emotional about? What triggered me? You know what I mean? Ask yourself all the questions. Is that even your energy, or are you just picking up some shit? Because, you know, all last week, like, and there's been days, right, where it's just like, I can't explain it, man. Like, just nothing wrong with me, right? But the fucking energy just feels fucking off, right? Like, it's just, there's just something fucking not right. And I can feel it, and it's affecting me, but it's not mine. It wasn't stemming from me. So I'm just wondering if maybe like it could actually be you're picking up external. How do you know you're not picking up her fucking energy? Your parents' energy from people at work. Right, this is where when that happens, I sit there and I ask myself a million different questions to see what answers I'll get. But if I keep getting the same answer, no, it's not my shit. Like, it's not, I don't have a problem, then it's not my problem. It is really bad. Yes, 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 right? And I think this is why we need to have a conversation, homie, because I don't think that's your energy. I don't think that's your energy. Like, not last, when I woke up yesterday from the night before, I was like, yep, I'm going to do this, do this read tomorrow. And I'm going to get on there and whatever. And like, as soon as I woke up, and I could feel it throughout the night, right? I could feel it throughout the night. I was like, something's fucking off with the energy already. Like, I could just tell that something just wasn't right, you know? Anyway, I got up and then like it just was showing in my outside world that something wasn't right, you know what I mean? And everything was kind of like feeling it and whatever. And so I was just like, yeah, I'm not reading today, you know? I'm not going to do that because I can feel just this weirdness and I couldn't explain it, and it's got nothing to do with me. Like, shit's fucking great. Like, I'm all over my shit right now. So it's not anything that I'm going through. But yeah, I was just like, I don't know. And then I was like, oh, I'm not going to read like at nighttime either. I was just like, yeah, nah. I've been getting up at weird times of night. Like, even the past two nights, a lot of restless energy, you know? A lot of restless energy. Thank you, Luz. How are you? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, I don't know. It was just weird, 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 weird energy. And so what did I do yesterday instead? I watched a bit of Star Trek. I had a nap. And then I came out in the studio and packed all my shit for tomorrow. And did a whole bunch of other shit. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Even last night, the energy was just like, it was very restless. Very restless energy. My cats have been fucking restless too. Like, the cats have been restless. Restless. Mm-hmm. What, you've been feeling it too, like that, Amber? Is that what you mean by that? Lola's been there, yeah, too, yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, it's just... And look, I mean, we can't even... We're what, 10, 11 days out from the fucking, it's not full moon energy anymore. I don't know what it is. It's some funk, right? And it's not ours, right? It's not ours. It's not our funk. But when you feel that energy, guys, just, go through all the questions. Why would I be feeling this way? What could have bothered me? What's upset me? What's triggered me? What's the, to figure out, is this even a me fucking problem? Or am I just picking up someone else's bullshit? Like, like nothing annoys me more than when I'm annoyed because I'm carrying somebody else's energy. Like I don't even have a problem, but I feel that annoyed feeling. I hate that. It's irritating. You need to Sage's house, your brother. Yeah. I would just say it's probably his energy too, Amber. It's his energy too. Um, yeah, I can resonate with that, DR. Yeah, I needed it too. But, like the ones who probably, the ones who need it most, if we're also the ones who are actually going to do something with it, then we're the most worthy of it. It made you sick, yeah. It was funny because yeah, I was like, I don't know, I gotta do big cleanse on mine as well. Big cleanse on mine. I need to stock up on some sage, and but I was like, actually no, I don't. I've got rosemary and lavender, and I've got heaps of other shit. I've got plenty of other stuff to smudge with. I just haven't smudged. I just haven't smudged. I've got to make time to do it. I don't know, it's just like for me, like when I'm trying to integrate something new into the whole process, like I've got to kind of just focus on just that and getting that kind of like, in, and then I go back to balancing some shit out. Go to the crystal shop tomorrow, get your sage spray. Yeah. Well, yeah, like I was just like, I don't know why I keep buying sage and shit like that. Like I could just make out of rosemary and bay leaf, bay leaf and rosemary and lavender and whatever else I want to throw in there and just burn that. Smudging is smudging. Smudging is smudging. I like palo personally too. Palo's probably my favourite. I gotta fix my nail. If you guys can't tell, right? I got one broken nail, broke my nail. So sorry, sorry to give you guys a finger, right? No, I'm not. I gotta fix my nail. Nothing worse than reading with like, just like one broken fucking nail, you know what I mean? No, it's full retarded. It's like lifting and everything. So I've got to get that done. I was like, I swear they need to make like Palo Santo into like a men's fragrance with like some bergamot, some sandalwood, some cedarwood, maybe a little bit of, I don't know, something to spice it up in there or something. That would be wild. What happens to Lola when you smudge? Does it exercise her demons? Is that what? I'm joking. Yeah, some animals don't like, yeah, can't do the. I mean, my cats are fine with the smudging. The cats are fine with it. I want to make some more jewelry again. You know what? I just need 24 more hours in every day. That's all I need. You just said you need to get your nails filed today. Yeah, nah. It broke. It was already lifting. I knew it was gonna break, but she can't breathe. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, I'm procrastinating now. I really need to get my ass off here and go do my fucking workout. I do. I do. It's not even that bad. It's not even legs today, so I don't even know what I'm complaining about. So Scandalous. Now, like in my YouTube, I've just got all these different workout videos and like popping up in my feed, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like all these different 12-minute workouts, 15-minute workouts. Like, fuck. Why bother if you're going to work out for 12 minutes, you know? I just don't get it. Do 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 do. You're welcome. You're welcome, darling. But we will tee up that call on Sunday night, Monday, and just go through a few things for you. 12 minutes at 90% is as good as 60 minutes. Yeah. I don't know, I just feel like if I'm just going to be doing it for 12 minutes, I might as well not bother, you know? Yeah, beautiful. Do you want me, Amber, do you want me to send it to you on Insta? I watched 3 movies today and Lucy was one of the main characters. I'll figure out. So the name, well, did you look up what the name Lucy meant? Spiritual? Stupid restless? Are you just catching up now? Bob? Are you behind? Where are you? I don't even know. Let's have a look quickly, Amber. Light illumination and spiritual vision. Derived from the Latin word lux, meaning light, it symbolizes hope, clarity, and the triumph over truth. Triumph of truth over darkness. The spiritual significance of Lucy is deeply rooted in the story and legacy of Saint Lucy of some place. Yep. Whatever that says. Christian, physical and spiritual sight, purity and courage, the return of light. Often coinciding with the winter solstice. Grandma's name is Lucy. Right, okay. Well, she could be trying to show you something, give you something. All right. Do you want me to do it here, or do you want to do it on Insta? You tell me. I can do it here. I don't mind either or. My son was 10 pounds. I couldn't even keep up with breastfeeding. Random thought. That was very random, Danielle. That was very. And yes, it was stupid restless, and somebody was stupid restless. And I tried to settle them down. I think somebody needs a weighted blanket or to be strapped to the bed at night so they don't move. Oh my God, luxury. Holy shit. Yes, I do remember that, Amber. That was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? When you kept getting that. What did also that tie into? There was something else that we were talking about when We're gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go back and look at our messages from when you said that and what else came through at that point. Luxury. Give me a fresh deck. Give me a fresh. Well, I see. I had to move shit around yesterday. I'm like, yeah. All right. Let's do it here. Let's get that deck. So, all right. Yes, they do. They do. All right. So what's the actual message? What's the actual message? What's the actual message then? I've just seen the 8 of Wands, so it's definitely a message. Yeah, we did look it up. Yeah, we did look it up. 6 of Swords. Oh, we know who 6 of Swords in. You're traveling, you're moving. So what do they want you to know about the moving? The moving. What's the message? Okay. Why the fuck is he out here? Why is he out here? You know what just flipped out on my table? The Empress in reverse, King of Coins in reverse. What? Okay. So what is it that actually about though? What is it actually about though? What's the message actually about though? The devil. The devil. Okay. 7 of Swords. What's been happening in your dreams lately? Yeah, I don't like the look on my face either. It's not a good... What's been happening in your dreams lately? Why is King of Coins here in reverse? Why is that King of Coins here in the reverse? Ace of Cups. Does this energy just have to come up every fucking retrograde for you? Like every retrograde? Does this Capricorn ever go away? Why is this coming up for her now though? Why is this? He showed up last night in your dreams. That's why I was like, what's happening in your dreams? Who's the Queen of Cups in reverse? The Moon. Okay. High Priestess in reverse with the Moon. The Sun in reverse. Oh, okay. Okay. But what does she need to know, though? But what is it that she needs to know? What do you want her to do? There's... Okay. Okay. Is that her or him, though? Who's doing it? Him or her? Is she? Is she? Yes. Lower back? How does your lower back, like your lower back feel right now? There... I don't know, she's up to something. As in, Gemini's up to something. Is it, what's she doing? What is this one doing? What is she doing? I don't know, they're back in your energy again. That shit's coming back up in your energy again. I think it's because, yeah. Strategically trying to what though? Oh, there it is. Devil's being strategic, man. It's been hurting. Babe's root work. That's why. Okay, I think she's trying to do some sort of root work on you. That's what I was... There's something about as well, because you're showing up as the Queen of Coins. There's something about your opportunities that she could be trying to impact here. Five of Wands, the Page of Coins, trying to create chaos within your manifestations, with what you're manifesting. Is it the same scenario? He is in regret. She fucking hates that he wants you. Yada, yada, yada. Same bullshit, different fucking day. Somebody's not getting their wish fulfillment. Oh. I think it is. There's, oh, I was just about to say something and then I completely forgot it. What was the word? It was a very specific word. God, if I remember, I'll tell you what it was. Putting things together. She's putting things together. She's putting different things together. Something about putting different things together. I don't know what that means exactly, Amber. I don't know what that means exactly, though. Putting things together to what? What is she trying to put things together to do? Okay. To what, though? Okay. Okay, so... there's definitely it's like wanting to put a stop to your momentum, your travel, where you're going, what you're doing. I don't know why it concerns her so much. There's no way it would be him doing that. It's not him. It's got nothing to do with him. I don't really want to ask about the status of their relationship because I don't really give a shit, but she's doing something. She's doing something. The moon, I mean, Queen of Cups in reverse, the moon in the upright, High Priestess in the reverse, and the sun in reverse is what came out as the energy together. So, the devil and the Seven of Swords. So, she's definitely up to something. And that's why I don't know, I just saw lower back. So, I feel like it's root work. It's to do with your finances, your stability, your security. You might need to do a bit more cleansing than whatever you've done, babes. Whatever you've done is probably not, maybe not enough. Also, pay attention to, Amber, pay attention to your your spending, like, what have your spending habits been like in the past, like, couple of weeks? Has there been any, like, differences? Have you found yourself doing things where you're like, oh, like, just, I don't know, there's something about that they want, Oh, I know. Oh, I think the problem isn't you being there or not. The problem is him wanting you. That's the point. That's the problem. It doesn't matter how far you go. And ain't that a bitch when you don't want him, he doesn't want her. It's like that whole weird circle thing. But yeah, she's trying to definitely create some sort of chaotic energy in and around your manifestation, your contracts. She's getting real frustrated too. Why is she getting frustrating? Frustrating. It's frustrating. Frustrated. She's frustrated. Something about the plans or whatever she's been planning or whatever she's been trying to do. Two of Wands, High Priestess in the reverse. Whatever she's been trying to do is, it's frustrating her. Or she's angry, or that's why she's angry, and that's why she's made these plans. That's why she's taken this path, right? Eight of Coins in the reverse. So again, I just guess she's trying to impact or affect your finances. I said that. We've got the Eight of Coins in reverse, Four of Coins. So yeah, Five of Coins. So I don't know, trying to impact your wish fulfillment here when it comes to your financial goals, your career goals. I don't know what bearing that has on her. I don't know. Either way, babe. Six of Wands. You got success either way, right? So that's what she's trying to stop you from being successful. Trying to create a tower when it comes to your success, your victory, right? Absolutely. Absolutely you did. Absolutely. I'll send you a message after on Instagram. Yeah, I've got an idea. I have an idea. Well, how do you want him to be exactly? How exactly do you want him to be? I'm just curious, Ruby. Will he be exactly how you want him to be? Well, no, Ruby, is how you want him to be what you need him to be? Is how you want him how you need him? Is that what's best for you? Is what you want even healthy for you? Is what you want him to be realistic? Is it achievable? Is it, I've got 50,000 questions before I answer yours. But they're all good questions to ask. And when when it happens, I'll be honest, when it happens? When you stop asking. When you stop asking, you stop wondering, that's usually when it happens. It just catches you by surprise. It might even just come and sit opposite your tarot table or something, Or it'll walk past you and you'll just be like, oh, it's them. There we go. But if we have to ask, if we're constantly asking, when will my dream guy, when? Probably when you stop asking, right? Probably when you stop putting your focus into that and you've got it just on you, It's achievable. Yep. Good. Well, then you're probably going to have to wait a little while, Ruby, like the rest like the rest of us have had to, or are having to wait, right? Because that shit's rare, right? That shit's rare. And yes, if it matches, if it's a match, you know, if it's, I'm simply asking for, I'm being serious here, right? Don't read into it. Don't get readings into it. Don't, just keep going about whatever you've been doing. Keep pouring into yourself, right? But it's when we sit there and constantly ask that question, right? When we have to then ask ourselves, why are we asking? Why are we asking? What are the reasons? Now, I could ask 50 million different questions from a question. Are we wanting this person because we want somebody to love? Are we wanting this person because we want to be loved? Are we wanting this person because we don't want to be alone? Are we wanting this person because we think that we can't achieve the next level until we get this person? You know, like I could ask a lot of questions. That's it. Live and make self happy, right? But when you stop asking and stop wondering, that's when it usually happens. And that's something that's happened to me a lot in my life. That the second I stop worrying about something, like the second I stopped thinking about if I was ever going to be a mother, I moved into state and found out I was pregnant. So, you know, like shit like that. So when you let go of the attachment to the outcome of something and fully let go, right? Like fully let go and just accept that, hey, I might never get it, right? Maybe even accept that maybe you'll never get it, you know? Maybe it's not out there, right? Because we've got to accept both things, that it's there, that it's not, that it is, that it isn't, that it's good, that it's bad, that it, whatever. And see how that brings it in. But I mean, we could roll a dice. We could give you some weeks. We could give you months. We could give you a time of the year, right? But again, that's all going to depend on divine timing, right? The timing of, you know, how it's meant to time out. Timing. We talked about a lot about timing today, divine timing today. It's a hard one. But I kid you not, the second you stop asking about it or wondering, that's when you will, you know. Well, I could do your reading, but I would always start out. This is how I always start out asking questions when somebody asks about, you know, when is my person going to come through, or when am I going to, you know, meet this person? Thank you, beautiful. Thank you. Love you, beautiful. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, yeah, there's so many questions that I think, you know, we need to ask when we're in these circumstances, and, you know, we can psychoanalyze ourselves through the process, you know. And generally, when we do that, they're kind of the same answers that we'd get from spirit too, you know. Because at the end of the day, think about it like this, right? Yeah, spirit in spirit. But spirit also know we live in a 3D reality, right? We have a physical body that we have to, you know. No, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. You're not asking about a specific person. No, you're wanting a specific energy, not a specific person. I get that. There's a few more questions that I could then ask, right, to tell you or to gauge whether or not or how this is going to block it, bring it, right? Again, think about everything. Okay, the universe is code, zeros and ones and zeros, right? It's like everything can be coded, everything can be calculated, brought back. You know what I'm saying? So the super chat is yellow. So okay, you've been single, but past 6 years. Okay, past 6 years you've been seeing somebody in your dreams. Okay, so let's look at all the other areas of life first, Ruby. Are we content in all other areas of life? Because again, you're calling in what you're manifesting, right? I get what you're telling me here, right? Because you're manifesting, you know, you're manifesting some good shit, which always takes longer to come in because you think good shit's just out there everywhere. If it was, we'd all have it, right? Good shit's hard to find. So there could actually be a number of things that aren't quite yet in alignment for that part of your manifestation to come through. So we could give you a time frame, right? We could give you a time frame, but what move you make next will alter that timeline. You know, it could either bring it in faster or make it go slower. You know, it's like I could tell somebody, okay, you're going to meet, you know, you've, let's just say you've been through rock bottom of life. You know, you've done the worst of the worst, like I did, right? And you've risen up, and you get to the place where, you know, you've had to work through A, B, C, D, E, F, like you've got all these things that you need to get through first, right? Before you get to that like bit. But if you haven't like worked through all those other bits, right? Those elements of healing and the tools and the wisdom and the knowledge that are attached to these other things actually impact this other thing over here, right? So it's like we can't get to that unless we've like knocked off all of this. Does that make sense? So when you're manifesting like that kind of a thing, the best, you want the best of the best of the best. Okay, so maybe that's where the shift needs to happen then. Maybe that's where the shift needs to happen. So, you know, we can look at where maybe have you been overly pouring into or overly focused on to avoid, or in an avoidance, or in a state of avoidance of you know, feelings. You know, do you get what I'm saying? And how old are you? And can we just say you're not going to meet them online, right? You're not going to meet them on Tinder. We know that. Unless that's what you're manifesting, of course. And then, yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the problem. You've been too practical, right? You haven't dreamed enough. If we can't dream it, to believe it, to feel it, it can't manifest. You're 23. Okay. Good. Well, good. And that might mean that it might take you a lot longer. I mean, okay, I'm 41 this year. I'm just trying to go back to like remembering what 23-year-old dudes were like, or dudes in their 20s were like. How many years will you be waiting? How many years will she be waiting, Spirit? You could be back. I'm gonna say like this. You could actually, for the right one, you could still be waiting for up to another 3 years. Then yeah, I'm like, because I got the number 3 here, so it could be another 3 years. It could be March next year, right? But it's going to take time because you're not settling. You're not settling because it's what you're manifesting is you're not settling. I mean, if you're up into dating apps and shit like that, well, yeah, you could be in a relationship next week, you know, or a situationship. But organically meeting a guy your age and him having as much intelligence, maturity, drive, you know, all of that, I don't know, your expectations might just be a little bit high for right now, and so you might have to wait a little bit longer. I mean, what are 23-year-old boys like doing these days? What are they into, you know? What skills do they have? Not a whole lot. And then where are you going? Where are you hanging out? Who are you hanging out with? Where are you socializing? Where are you opening up opportunity to cross paths with people? You know, 23-year-old boys are like looking for Tinderella, you know? They're looking for Tinderella. But they're looking for Tinderella every week. A new one anyway. Just get it over and done with. Well, unfortunately, with that, unless it's like, I mean, unless we're going to go back to like the 1950s and, you date for 3 months on your parents' couch before you get married, I don't know. You might have to open yourself up and at least be open to, you know what, I'm at least open to engaging and meeting new people with the potential that, but I mean, good luck. I wish you all the best. Just finding that one person and that being the one person that you spend the rest of your life with. You can. So we got the number 5 showing up. That's the number 5 showing up. Number 5, number 5, number 5, number 5. Interesting. I've got so many more questions going through my head, but I'm like, no, it's fine. I don't need to ask all those questions. I mean, there's nothing wrong with dating either, like dating around, at the end of the day, like, you've got to see what's out there, right? You've got to see what's out there. Because, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to meet somebody and go, yep, dive straight into it, What if you realize that they're wearing a mask? What if they don't live up to your expectations? What if you decide that, I don't know, the crust on their big toe is just too hideous for you to look at, but you like everything else about them? You get what I'm saying? But that's where potentially you're creating a block, is because you're not just being open to letting anything come in, right? It's just like, only this one person. Where are you going to find him? Do you know where you're going to go look for him? Have we got a specific place where, like, I'm going there and I'm going to find him there? Or did you just figure that maybe I'll meet him at the supermarket, or, like, you know what I mean? Because we're not doing online, then we're doing organic. So where organically are you meeting this dream man of yours? I'm not saying you can't, right? I'm not saying you can't. It's just that right now what you're capping yourself out, what you're limiting yourself to, or what you're allowing or not allowing could actually be what causes the blockage. You don't want a person with a past. Can I ask why? I'm just curious why. I love people with a past, man. My past is so fucking colorful. Like, it's so intricate. There's so many different facets of Kerry, within the colorfulness of my life and my past. It's what makes me who I am. It's what's made me who I am. The person who I am today. And the thing is, right, is that a person with a past can align with any kind of standards. It depends what kind of work have people done, right? My standards, who I was, the standards, how I am now. I mean, I don't even have fucking standards in my past, right? I didn't have standards. But do I have a past? Fuck yeah, I've got a, like I said, a very colourful past. A very messy fucking past. But there's very few people, and this is the funny thing, right? Like, it doesn't matter whether you've had a messy past or a clean past, right? There's still very few people that can energetically align and match with me, I mean, you can have no standards growing up and then get standards, right? You overthink a lot. Okay. All right, cool. Well, one good thing, babes, is at least you can identify what, like what would be problematic for you, but maybe try working with that. Maybe that's something that needs to be looked at. Maybe that's something that you could put your focus into, you know? What is it about somebody's past that makes you overthink, right? Is it that you don't trust them? If you don't trust them, why don't you trust them? If no one's broken your trust, how do we go into something not trusting? Is it that we don't trust ourselves in our decision to choose somebody for ourselves that's not going to hurt us? You know, it's just interesting, right? So I don't know. I think you could have a lot of fun with. You wouldn't be the man you are without your past. I wouldn't be here, guys, if it weren't for my past, right? If it weren't for my very colourful past, I wouldn't be sitting here doing what I do, you know? We wouldn't be having this conversation and asking these questions and, you know? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You just want it nice and clean. And that's fine. That's exactly, you know, again, I'm just asking, we're just having a conversation, right? I just like to understand, you know, people's perspectives and the intricacies of, you know, their reasons behind stuff. But that's fine. I mean, what exactly is a part? Like, what do you consider? Like, so you want somebody that's never dated anybody either? Is that where we're going? Like, so they've got no dating history, no children, no marriage, no nothing, no. I'll tell you where you're gonna find that dude. He's sitting on his couch with a PlayStation 5 controller in his hand, getting all sweaty over Call of Duty. That's where he is. And look, it's fine if you're into that. If it's fine if you're into that, right? But it's 2026, babes, right? It's 2026. You know, like, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure that you're being open enough to actually being able to receive. That's all I'm saying, right? As somebody who works with spirit and manifesting and all this juicy jazz, right? Like, to me, it's just, there's too many caps and limitations on this thing from coming in, you know? How about just opening up your heart, right? And opening yourself up to spirit and trusting spirit to deliver, you know, to deliver the goods, you know? Faith. Like, if we just put a bit of faith into it, take the fear out, put the faith in, don't know. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. But, like, you know, if I sat there and, you know, had, again, characteristics, morals, values, core values, abso-fucking-lutely, right? You absolutely need those, right? But, yeah, some of the other things, right, you might need to look at. Is that really important? Do I really need that in a partner, you know? Exactly. Everybody, you're not going to die single. We won't let that happen to you. We won't let that happen to you. Okay. Well, if you're comfortable with that, then being single, then being with somebody from a past, then you might need to accept that. You might need to, you know? It's just like, because you can see how crazy the fucking world is, right, girl? Like, it's just, it's, I mean, dude, when I sit there and I think about mum, like, Jesus Christ, I'm like, I don't know how long you've been here or what stories you've heard on this channel, me tell, but, like, fuck. Any man that you meet would probably be far more milder than the past that I've had, right? And you're taking advice from me. You're having conversations with me, right? So I'm just saying, you know, think about the possibility of what might happen if you were just a little bit more open, just a little bit less, I need that, right? Because spirit might know something that's going to work for you that you're like, oh, you know what, I can handle that. Like, what if he's a widow? What if it was a widow, you know? That's not a past. How much battery have we got? Battery's about to die in a minute, right? But what if he was a widow? That's technically a past, but do we count him out? You do got to just trust the universe, and the universe will not do you wrong. The only one who can do you wrong is you. If you choose the wrong person or you reject the wrong person, right? We do have good fun, good conversations. Sometimes it's a bit fried in here, but we do our best to, mingle and intertwine and have good chats and D&Ms and Anyways, my phone is about to die. How have you gone from like showing me red battery to now your white battery with 4%? I don't know what my phone's doing, but it's like, hey, you need to get off and go train, woman. I do. I need to go do my workout. I am a reader. I am a reader, but I would literally go through this same conversation with anybody that comes into this stream, right? This would be the exact same. And for anybody that's OG or homie that might still be in here, that I do ask these questions because you know what I don't need? I don't need a card, right? I don't need a piece of paper, a card for me to connect to spirit for the 3,000 years of wisdom that they dumped into my head, right? I don't need the cards for it, right? Spirit, tell me what I need to ask, how we need to navigate it. I'm a psychic medium. I'm not a tarot reader. I read cards, but I'm intuitively led. So this was the conversation that spirit want us to have. Yeah, your soul's recalling a very ancient era, right? Like and I think I already mentioned this in my stream today. Bridgerton, like it's giving me those kind of vibes. Like we're gonna take you to a nice fancy ball, right? And you can get your little dance card and have a little, skip to Milou and whatever, and then hopefully, hopefully we find the one. Hopefully we find the one. But, my beautifuls, I am going to jump off. I will be on, hopefully tomorrow. If you guys are from the States, it'll be earlier evening, my morning tomorrow, before I kick off 2 days at the Psychic Fair. So, I'm going to jump off for now, but we'll be doing mini reads tomorrow. With that, I'm not going to do I'm not going to do a general or a collective or a dice lines. We're just going to go into minis and hangouts, and I'll take you guys around the fair and show you all the cool stuff like I always do. So if you guys want to jump in on that, you're welcome to join me. Otherwise, I love you guys. Thanks for the good chats, the laughs, the D&Ms, right? We need those from time to time. And I will, right? But promise me that you're going to have a little more faith in spirit, right? And I say this from experience, right? I say it from a place of experience and knowing, right? That just have faith, be